Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever on the Alps map. The Gotthard line, yes indeed. And you're following our replacement train that we introduced in the last episode for the original Legacy line. And it's turned out that this is actually making me jolly good money. If we have a look at it here, 34 of 60 might not sound like much, but last year, £250,000 is what it made. This year it should be on target to make it just a little bit more than that. But in the comments we had the suggestion that what I should be doing was removing the Legacy Line train from the depot, and I've done that, and I suspect I will live to regret it, but it is now operational, as we can see if we zip down to the other end of the line. Here's the old timer. Now we'll do something specific with that in the future, but it was mentioned that instead of paying maintenance on the thing for it just to live in an engine shed for a while, at least make a couple of quid by running it. So that's what I'm doing. The problem is, I don't get an awful lot of passengers who actually want to ride on it. So I think I may yet send it to go live in the depot, because at least its running costs are reduced by doing so. But we'll see how that pans out. So I mean, the only way I can see it working is if it takes over the mantle of the shuttle between Locarno and Locarno, right? And turn the faster train to take in a third stop going around the lake here up to Bellinzona. I mean, that could potentially work. But I wanted to show you the money situation that we've got going on. We're up best part of £500,000 so far this year, and it's mid-May. Last year, we lost 300 grand overall, but we did spend 2.26 million on a new train and another £500,000 on construction costs. So when you consider the fact that I came into the year with a couple of 500 grand chunks available to spend, we actually came out relatively positive. There you are, 6.9 in terms of income, 3.8 in terms of running costs, which leaves 3 million to play with there, give or take. And then that's about your lot, right? So 3 million, so 2 million and change is what we're talking about in terms of profit per year at the moment, assuming I don't spend anything. So I've sunk that cash into my bank balance just to make sure that I've got like an extra million kicking around there, which should be more than enough for today's grand project, which is to set up a new shipping route. But before I do so, I spotted this. I mean, that's a lot of passengers. Locarno Church and Locarno Crescent both begging out for an additional service to be run, and I'm the kind of guy that will do just that. Let's get the latest and greatest passenger option, which I guess is a Landauer. So let's put 2 of those on Church, Locarno Church, and then we'll buy another 2 of those, and we'll put those on Crescent. I don't want to overdo it. It's too easy to over vehicle early in the game and then find yourself running perilously short on cash when it comes time to upgrade them, to replace them. So I want to go easy, even if that means leaving a little bit of money on the table in the short term, because I want to make sure that my balance is going up rather than down. Not least of all because the running costs of said vehicles obviously goes up over time, and that in itself can end up being perilously expensive. So yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm cannibalizing my services, but it has to be said, it looks like these chaps could do with an extra vehicle on there as well. Have I got a depot anywhere nearby? No, I don't. Well, I don't imagine it's going to take a Landauer, the rest of eternity to get over there. So let's chuck a couple down to Bern, shall we? Let's go for 2. All right, where's the other one? Oh, it's over there, look. Set line all. BRN Alexander. Oh, stuff it. Let's buy another 2 as well. I'm in the mood. Let's just do it. Set line Bern Alexander, Bern New, presumably. Assuming I set that the right way around the first time. What do we got here? Alexander, yes, and New, yes. Right, so those guys will trickle into service sometime over the course of this year, possibly next year. But I am going to put the legacy train back into the depot. It's starting to hold up my high profit mogul. I mean, look at this thing. You depot, right? Just go and live there. I won't sell it off. I do want to put it into service at some point, but the service that I will put it into is going to be something scenic where profits really aren't an issue. So let's delete the line, and that way we'll get the passengers back, hopefully. Anyway, in today's episode, we will be transporting wood. No, you start at the start. Start at the beginning. Begin at the start and the beginning and the start. Hold on, where was the wood you were going to use? Was it that one? I don't know, can't remember. Let's say it is for the sake of this introduction so we can keep it snappy. We will be transporting logs from Thun back down to Locarno, whereupon they will be transformed into planks, whereupon the same ship, there we go, that's what they're called, will transport those planks down the river to a fresh organisation that is right here that we set up last time round. I need to build a bridge. That will be very cheap, I'm certain of it. And then with those goods, we can transport those back to Thun and make cash. We can send some more to Interlaken to make more cash. It will not be fast cash, but it will be cash, and you should stick around to watch it happen. Snappy. We pick up the action as the Landauer fleet moves ever closer to Bern. And we're going to start out with roads today. We're going to start out creating a road to connect the lumber to the dock at Thun. I am going to check that I have identified the right one, because obviously I've forgotten which one I said I was going to use last time round. So we've got Fluhi and Grindelwald. Grindelwald is... It's closest to Locarno. This was where I said I was going to do a run from Locarno by road. Might still be the smart thing to do, but actually having a bunch of ships going up in there fills me with a large amount of glee. So I think that's what we'll probably do. And I like Thun as a mid destination. So yep, that's how we're going to run it. This is going to take forever to become established. And I'm also going to need to build a bridge here. Oh, this is becoming increasingly expensive, because this is not going to be a cheap bridge. If I do the kind of bridge that I want to build, you'll appreciate it. Trust me. I mean, it's a good looking bridge. And maybe we don't go large, but it is going to look something like that, where we've actually got the bridge going over the top of the docks. Huh? And how about that? That's pretty terrific, right? And it's only £500,000, which is most of my operating budget for this entire scheme. But building a bridge over the docks is surely an awesome thing to do. The alternative doesn't bear thinking about. Because the alternative would be we just build a little train route to hop across the river and back. Would need a bit of double tracking, which is going to be more expensive. So I'm not certain that's the smart thing to do. What are we doing money wise here? We're only up 400 grand, which is not perfect. I think we're still on target to do 6.9 or better this year. Obviously the running costs are up a little bit, but not significantly. I haven't spent anything yet. So we've got a budget of just over $1 million right now. Now we could put a medium going over there. Apologies for the rapid camera angles. I don't know what's going on there. That saves me a total of, well, if we say it's that's 420, 25 grand. Right? We might as well go for the good stuff, right? Look at that. It's a handsome looking bridge. It's the right height, or is it? Is sticking that pillar there going to it is. I'm certain it's going to interfere with naval operations. So what I want to do is I want to get that pillar out of the way. This is very chancy. This is a large amount of expense for something that might break everything. There you go. That's better. It's still just about go. No, hold on. We're clipping there. Collision is what it's saying. So having the yellow there. Well, hold on. Well, what if I go a little bit further, right? And then pop a little bit more height. I mean, that's an extreme amount more height, and it's still saying that we're getting in the way. I'm not suggesting doing this even remotely. I just want to see if I can get rid of that yellow square, which apparently means I can't use it. I think it's too risky. I'm not going to do it. There we are. That's the end of that. Instead, I'm going to go. Oh yeah, this might work quite nicely. Let's try something like that. 280 grand. Look, that's better. Although, how are we doing for ship clearance? Because obviously ship clearance is a thing now. That's something we have to care about. And then these rails are just a smidge close to the edge of this food plant, so I'm not going to get past there. I'm going to have to swing out that way. So it's probably wiser to swing out that way from the get-go, isn't it? Right, let's check the clearance-ometer here, which is that one. There we go. Plenty of room. Smashing. Okay, so 320 for a bit of wooden decking. What about stone? 360. All right, I'll take it. Don't think anymore. Buy it. There we are. Job done. Look at that. Magic. That's pretty good stuff. So that gives me the route that I need to get to. I don't know. Where did I decide I need to get to? I need to get to the dock. Oh, buttocks. Okay, right. Well, you've needed something like this for a while, so you might as well get it in place now. Pop over the top of that. Another 100,000. This is all costing a lot of money. What about something like that? Can we do something artistic around the corner here? I don't actually need to go that fast. Something like that. Just as an interim solution, because obviously, as time goes on, the likelihood is, well, likelihood is notwithstanding, this is a certainty. The certainty over time is that we will replace this whole section here. The dock will probably stay in place, but everything else will need to move around a bit, and it will be at a time when I really couldn't give two hoots about a couple hundred grand. You know, we'll be spending that in our sleep. A bit more cash would be nice so I can finish off this bit of road. As we head around the corner. And I don't like that corner. Come on, give me some cash. Don't make me up the temp. Thank you. And something like that. I mean, that's pretty ugly as well. But it's interesting that the AI actually built this bit of regular town street. So the AI clearly had plans in terms of you know, maybe a bit of a housing development out here, and I'd be excited to see that happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not the most exciting thing that could conceivably happen today, but you know, we take the small victories where we can get them. There we go. Right, that's all linked up. Now, this is a very long route. I am definitely going to want to change this for a train in the future, but for the time being, well, there's not a lot of option, first off. Secondly, there's not even that many ways that, I mean, unless you get into the, hey, how about I finish a complete thought and then move on? There's not actually that many ways of cutting corners to shorten the route. Now, obviously, the adding the hypotenuse here will, you know, Pythagoras would be proud. That would work. I mean, certainly that would save a little bit of time, but not a massive amount. I mean, the only way I could save time would be to go blatting along here in a straight line round to there. And now that I look at it, that's probably what I should have done to start with. This is going to save a lot of time. All right, well, talk to me about bridge costing. Let's go across there. You want 470 odd. have we got enough? Yeah, we've got clearance underneath for shipping, which is obviously the important bit. But I don't want to spend. No. We'll keep it lengthy. I don't need to spend excess cash right now on any of that stuff. Right. Let's press forward. Enough umming and ahhing over the development of a bit of road. Let's put up a depot here. Let's get the route plumbed in, and we will go from the pickup point that you haven't actually placed yet. Good job. That's trains. You want one of these. There we go. Let's have a nice big truck station with 4 large cargo terminals. Now, it's possibly a little early to be using this one, but I like it. No, you can just be patient. Be patient. Add it. You've got over a century of gameplay still to go. You can bang it in then. We will, however, go as far down here as we can. Anywhere we can shave off some of the time for turnaround here is a good thing. Right, so we will go from wherever that's called, Locarno North, out to... Where do you want to drop? You want to drop for the docks, right? And this truck station is nowhere near the Ruddy docks. We're going to have to check that. Let's have a look. What do you got for me? Actually, I'm not convinced it isn't. It looks like it might be, you know. I'm sure, I'm almost certain I will have measured this before. Let's zoom in so we can see. So if this grey bit, I hope you can see it, because obviously it highlights when I mouse over. If this grey bit disappears, we're in business. We're in business. Ah, brilliant. I hadn't expected that. Right, there we go. Out to there. Thun Exchange. It's quite the route, that one. So I'm going to need a number of vehicles on there. Anyway, this is going to be Thun, a THN. THN, or have I gone with THU historically? THN. THN, whatever this is, lumber road haulage. I like it. Right, I'm going to put, let's start with however many I can afford. Steam lorry, please. 3. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to do it. Carry on. Yep, that's it. Yeah, we're going to make millions off of that. All right, I'm going to need a few more of those, but getting 3 in motion to start with is going to be fine. Obviously, I am still aware that I have a million sat in the bank waiting for me, but we'll deal with that presently. Right, I'm going to leave that up there so I know where it is. Leave those chaps rolling, because this is the first stage. So next, what's the smart thing to do here? We do a pickup, because this will start filling up with lumber. And then that pickup we take down to Locarno to drop off. And then we bring back planks. I think we make this a convoluted route, you know. And we set the planks down here to be turned into tools. I think that's brilliant. And then, because we can still carry anything at this point, we carry back to here, at which point they can be picked up, because fuel and tools go to the same place. This is just, it's like it was meant to be. Right, okay, now, can you remember that? We go from the Thun South. I need to rename some of these docks, it's not nearly exciting enough, to wherever that is, Locarno West. And I'm putting a lot of faith in the AI's ability to anticipate exactly what it is I'm intending to ship at this point. So this is going to be what should we call it? The lumber tool. No, the lumber plank tool service. There we go. Right, smashing. Now, that will... we may end up actually taking tools from staying on board at Thun to go back out to Locarno, and I'm okay with that. That's simply a case of having enough ships to get the job done. Speaking of which, where is my shipyard? Where did I leave it? I left it somewhere remote. I think it's over here. Right, how far is that from operate? Oh, it's miles away. I'm going to splash out and build another one. So Thun, yeah. Locarno, yeah. Interlaken, yeah. Back to Thun, yes. Perfect. Right, let's ship. No, not trucks. Not trucks this time. We want ships. How much are you going to charge me to stick a new shipyard in place? Is this where I want to put the new shipyard? Maybe. Right, here we go. Now, I want as many ships as I can possibly afford. Because that's how... Oh, we can make that a lot cheaper. 14 grand, that'll do nicely. Right, here we go. Buy ships. Right, what do we got? Cargo hauling. The Wilhelm here will... Pause. Because I want to keep this 390 grand. Does logs? Yes. Does planks? Yes. Does tools? Sweet. Carries 50 of them. So, I suppose. The Frontenac is for the passengers. So when it comes to freight, we've got the Zoroaster or the Wilhelm. Well, it's going to be the Wilhelm then, isn't it? And let's. I'm feeling good about this line, so I'm going to make them orange. 187. I can have 2 of them. All right. Set line lumber plank tool service. There we go. We're rolling. We're off. We're underway. Toot toot and other similar highly authentic ship noises. Meanwhile, we shall buy some more road vehicles here. Give me another couple of those. Nope. Oh, I missed the end of the month. Nuts. Obviously, we're going to watch the thing leaving. See, look at that. Beautiful orange, paddle steaming, rigid flag. We applied too much starch this morning with our cannon hoisted into the sky with the Tillerman watching exactly where that cannon is firing. Splendid. Now, I'm going to need more than that, but I think that rings true throughout this whole endeavour. The amount of money that I could make will be increased significantly if I were to run a train route here. And it does kind of lead me to go, if I were to redevelop all of this, put a really big goods station, because Thun is rapidly becoming, goods distribution central. All right, okay, so like 2 types of goods. Although, we've got food happening here as well. There's no reason I couldn't do all of it out of Thun. Which might be that would be ridiculously hectic. But a heck of a lot of fun. All right, put that one in your diaries as a project for around episode 30, maybe 40 in this series. I don't think we're going to be ready for that for a while. There are places of this map that I have left as yet untouched that we want to get back to. Right, we're 290 up so far for the year. I've bought 705 grand's worth of vehicles. I've spent another $500,000 on that. So we're talking about 1.5 up. I'm pretty happy with that. Where's my new ships? There we are. Do we want to have a shipping fleet as the shipping fleet thumbnails always tend to look rather similar. But you can't help that. Now, do I spend the extra $1 million now, or do we hang on a bit? I think we get a couple more of these chaps rolling. Freight, steam lorry, all of those, set them in motion. This is the Thun lumber thingamajig. There we are. Bonanza. Okay, so that's going to take some time to bed in. I don't think anyone's going to be too surprised about that, but there is going to be a slight time lag while we wait for that to do something. Meanwhile, over here in the passenger side of things, I'm just going to let that, get on with it. We've got 100 passengers waiting for the Bellinzona-Locarno line, and if we look over here, this is nothing but people waiting for something. And where there are people waiting for something, the provision of something will surely make you a bit of cash. How many are you packing in there? 36 of 40. See, we're not even filling the train. And yet, a few more commuting services here could do wonders. What are you waiting for? Bellinzona Springfield. Bellinzona Springfield. Bellinzona Springfield. Let me guess, is that the only line is the only line we run? Okay, right, groovy. Let's go here and but no, that's trains. We don't really want trains. I mean, strictly speaking, I don't want to buy trams either, so let's not do that. I've not got a depot anywhere near here. Apologies. Rapid camera movement getting away from me once again. There we go. Land hours, please. That'll do it. Bellinzona, Springfield. I don't see. I've immediately gone overboard. I hadn't meant to go overboard on that kind of stuff, but I'm pretty sure that there's enough passengers there to keep these chaps busy, while at the same time they're going to start stuffing this station full of passengers. Now, if that is the case, and this does end up, what are we talking? Bellinzona Locarno 6 right now, because I'd quite like to stick another wagon on the end of that train. And the other thing to bear in mind is we're not going to be that far away from these trains needing replacement due to old age. That's going to happen pretty soon, and that's not going to be cheap. They're coming up to their lifespan. So yeah, right. So with a capacity of 40 right now, I'd quite like to replace this with something else. Let's have a look. Let's see what we've got on there at the moment. We've got the G3 on there right now. Okay. So I mean, it's ripe for an update, and it was requested that I do something flamboyant with the Russian train that was doubly decked. And you know what? I really ought to. It was also requested that I do something with the front and back train for a good service. So consider all of those on my to-do list. I'll get around to them, I'm certain of it. Meanwhile, let's go and see where stuff's up to. Right, what are you doing? Where are you off to? What are you carrying? You're not carrying anything, therefore you're just costing me money. Yeah, see, and there's nothing it can carry either, unless there's some oil nearby, which there is not. Where is it? I thought there was some oil just up here. There is not. And even if there was, just up here in that particular scenario, it's chuffing miles away. Right, okay, so we're coming in for our first pickup. Now, I will want to add additional docks to here in time. Additional booths, bays, berths, there we go, that's probably the word, in order to service more than one ship at once. But that too can wait. I'm going to have to redevelop this whole thing anyway. It can just hang on. Right, where are you going? You're now heading back. That's good. Where are the 3 that I just bought? Because frankly, I ought to turn them around the other way. There's nothing for them that way. I should have done that to start with. I know, but as we have discussed on numerous occasions previously, we need to finish the entire route before anything starts happening anyway. So, and by which I mean, in case you're not a regular, is that you have to hit both ends of the route in order to spring stuff into life. And that goes with both the ships and the lumber. Now, the lumber might start producing when the trucks have completed the route, which hopefully this front one will trigger, at which point we can start shifting lumber. But the lumber mill here won't start doing anything until it's been visited by a ship that has visited both the other sections of this line. So I ought to cash in my loan here and get another couple of ships rolling. Really? I think that's quite bold, isn't it? All right, so we're going to stick those on the lumber plank tool service, and we'll make sure one of them at least is heading up to the deep end, as it were, up to Interlaken, just to kind of ping that one on the route. But we're already at the stage now where we've got a goodly amount of shipping running up and down here, and that's gonna make some fun. Now, where are we actually delivering to at the moment? We're going to Brienz and we're going to Locarno. Yep, Brienz is the other way. Are you just picking up now? No, you're off a different line entirely. So I ought to set an oil tanker just hopping up here to Interlaken. That seems to be an easy opportunity to make some hay with. by hay, I mean cash. Now, I think we're going to have to hop across here, because as much as it would be easy to get a bridge across there, that is going to be too close to the water to get a ship underneath. And plus, of course, by coming over the other side of the river, we do get the opportunity to grow the city on this side as well. So let's do that. Actually, let's connect that up. Connection is possible. Maybe if I use a bit of cheaper road, you will be happy connecting. 8 and a bit grand. There you go. Let's. I'm going to up the tempo. Pretend I haven't. Pretend that this is all happening after I have diligently saved up for a good half an hour or so. Right. So we want to get a road across. Actually, we could do a humpback bridge here, I suppose. Do that. Bit of this. Plenty of space under there. £250,000 to you, Gov. Oh, 174 grand. No, hold on. There we are. 233. We're going to need to go again. 300 grand. Fine. You know what? I'm easygoing today. We'll just take that. That's fine. I'll even build a little bit more road out here to give the AI a starting point. Okay. My intention is to build a little bit more road here to get a starting point for the AI to build something. So smooth this out a bit and maybe it'll be a bit easier. Well, that's all that money gone. Right, 200 overdrawn. That was the end of the year. So where did we come in? We came in 131 grand up. Overall revenue up again. 1.5 on new vehicles. 800, so that's 2.3. 2.4 million. Zippity-doo-dah. That's excellent. That's the stuff right there. Right, let's smooth you out. I know it's expensive, but that might let me build a bit of road, which is what I want to do to encourage Mr. AI or Miss AI to do some city building over here. There we are. That'll do. And then I also need something. What do I need? I need what's it? Hold everything. This toolworks is not in range of the dock. That's kind of important. I wonder if it was me doing that did it. We're just short. It looks like we are, but I guarantee that we're not. We're not in range. This is not in range. The dock is not in range of the toolworks. I'm going to need some vehicles here, or to replumb the road. Oh, this is annoying. Now, it could be that I'm mistaken, right? Okay, I accept freely that I may be mistaken there, but I am not taking the chance, because if I've not got this set up correctly, this was a very expensive endeavour that it's going to take a couple of in-game years to figure out isn't working. Right, let's have a... See, definitely in range now. There's no mistake in that one. Right, there we go. Good. And actually, that was a good spot. I can think of at least a time where I wouldn't have spotted that. So, yeah, I've saved the day. I've saved my own bacon there. Don't need to know about that. Too much curvature. Well, yeah, it doesn't matter that I can now afford it. There's too much curvature. What are we going to do? Something else. Change to smaller road. Here we go. And just give me any connection that you're happy with. There we are. That'll do. All right. Well, that's going to need some smoothing later on. I made a right dog's dinner out of that one. Right. So we're going to need a pickup here. And we'll stick it. Oh, there can't be too much slope. Go on. Just be generous for once in your life. Stick that there, and then we'll get a little bit more town road on the go. No. Again, to try and spur the AI into a little bit of a construction project over here. I'm going to need to smooth that out, for God's sake. Give me the smoothie tool. I've even forgotten where it is. I've neglected the smoothing tool so far. This is going to be expensive. Now, smooth all this out. Make it look nice. 40 grand well spent. Something like that. Oh, yeah. Come on, game. Comply. Never mind too much slope. you know, carve the what's it out. Let's. How can there be too much slope? You're on the flat. Where are you creating too much slope? I think it's going to be down at the docks here, isn't it? Does that look extreme to anybody else? It looks pretty normal to me. Okay, it doesn't look normal in the slightest. It looks very extreme. All right, look, all I need anywhere. I'm not even that fussy now. Now, you're making too much slope on the hill. Oh, for God's sake. Upgrade. Let's upgrade this bit of road. All right, and then maybe we'll have a bit more success in laying some more. Right, maybe a bit more success. This is, of course, doing an excellent job at filling the time until the ships have maybe completed something and we've got some lumber kicking off. Right, there we go. We've got that placed. Thank the Lord. And then we just need, because this will be tools, right? This will eventually be some kind of tools drop off. So where's my perfect? Just the other side of the doodah here. We'll stick this tiny little number in the middle of town. There we are, like that. Just not like that. Not even like that. How about this? What about that? No? No. Okay. All right, we'll put it over here. There you go. Be happy. Bang in a route from there. No, you've got to press all the buttons before you can do that, you know. Right, from here to there. And this is going to be Interlaken, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to call INT, but I'll probably end up changing because there'll be some kind of conflict where everybody wants that. And this is going to be tools. Right. Is there a vehicle depot somewhere in this hemisphere? Doesn't appear to be. I shall have to buy one. Spin that around the corner. We'll stick it just here. And I want 2, please. Buy road vehicles. Freight. 2 of those. 1, 2. Thank you very much. And you are on int thingamajig. Tools. Right, good. Okay, let's have a look and see where we're up to, because that will just about get us done for today. Now, all of this stuff is going to have a running cost associated with it while we wait for it to, get up to full speed. And on the subject of which, I'll ease it back down again. It's 1896. We're looking profitable to the tune of 2 million plus a year, which is not bad at all. It's certainly fueling my expansion. Right, you are on the lumber plank tool service. You are also going to something that's not going to make me any money, but that will trigger this port on that line, which should, in theory, get wheels in motion. Meanwhile, have you started yet? No. It's obviously waiting for the full shebang to have shebanged. There's another one, look. And this will be another one. Right, so the ships are doing their thing. This is good. That's a fuel tanker. You can't fool me. So we really are now just waiting for it all to kick into high gear. And when you tune in next time, I'll have got it to that point. Thank you very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. I'm at a bit of a loss to know what to focus on here. There's an awful lot of things we could look at, isn't there? Is there a train coming? That would be quite festive. There isn't. It's not festive. Oh no, there it is. All right. Can we sit underneath the bridge? Yes, we can. All right, I want to sit underneath the other bridge. It's a shame you've already gone past, really, because that would be spectacular. This is a terrible camera angle. I can't leave you with a terrible camera angle. We've got to go and watch something fun happening. Where are we? Is there anything fun happening at Interlaken? No, there's nothing happening here. It's like a ghost town. All right, let's just watch this ship and be done with it. No, tell you what, let's ride on the ship and be done with it. There we go. That will wrap it up for today. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Throw a like at this one if you enjoyed it. I'm very optimistic that by the time we reach the year 1900, that we will be a whooping and a hollering with much celebration vis-a-vis the amount of cash that we're earning. That's the aspiration anyway. Subscribe to the channel if you've not yet done so. It would be jolly kind of you to do so. And if you hit the little notification bell thing, I'm not even entirely sure where on the screen it is, but if you come across it, push it, and it will remind you when I embark on my next bold journey into the unknown, which will allow you to embark with me at a time of your choosing. There you go. It's the new thing where everyone now wants you to push the notification bell thingy. So, you know, I'm a dedicated follower of fashion, so I thought I'd jump on board with that kind of behavior. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch up with you very soon. Cheerio.